Hello, tarot fans. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. This is the first of our 2 for Tuesday videos this week. We are going to be talking about Catherine versus Meghan. Both of them have been very active in the PR forum. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with fashion. So I'll be right back. Welcome back. So this is 2 for Tuesday, where we talk about two points of view on similar topics. This is a little bit of a reach into both Catherine and Meghan, because we're going to be talking about the battle of style or substance. And the reason that we're going to talk about that is because Catherine just had an announcement through Kensington Palace that they will not be routinely sharing her wardrobe details. So the things that she wears out in public, we're going to have to rely on websites like Remoulade Sauce, who always is in the know of what fashion she's wearing, or other people like Brittany from the Royal News, Royal News Network. We'll have to rely on people that are in the know to do the research on the clothing. Does it make a difference? No. Catherine really wants the focus to be on her work, not on the fashion that she is putting out there. So that being said, Meghan, we all know Meghan's mirror. We all know about that. So, which I do think that Meghan's mirror is her own creation. But we're going to talk about Catherine in this one first. We'll get to Meghan in the next one. So, in a couple of hours, you guys will have that video too. So, let's talk about the first thing that came up in the news today. It is the 10th when I'm doing this recording at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Princess of Wales, the Prince and Princess of Wales will not be attending the BAFTAs this year. Last year they went, they made a big splash. She looked great. She looked amazing at it. That was with the white dress, the one shoulder, and the black gloves. A lot of people had some questions about that. I thought it actually was a very dynamic look, a very different look for her. Apparently, William, the Prince of Wales, has not attended consecutive years. There were some scheduling conflicts in prior years. And I do think, we had everyone was locked down at one point. So they will not be going to that. So they did make a big splash. I think it is easy for them not to be there. As much fun as I'm sure it is. We also had a new photo show up, and that was a picture of the Princess of Wales with her arms out. I'm sure all the conspiracy theorists are having a blast with that. Why does she have her arms out? Is she being crucified? Is she sacrificing herself? What's going on? It simply was a picture taken by her son, Louis. So it looks like Louis is following in her footsteps. Also, we got a reveal of Charlotte's nicknames, which were very cute. We'll get there. And there's a Vanity Fair article that was released on January 30th about the T. Hafan Children's Hospice, which was started by the late Diana, Princess of Wales. So let's take a look about the PR that's coming out. This information about not going to the BAFTAs. Is this a direct counter to Harry and Meghan trying to be the belles of the ball of Los Angeles? We're going to pull up that card view. Before I do that, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you think of them keeping the details of wardrobe on the DL. Let me know what you think of that. If you think Kensington Palace is doing a disservice, or if they're doing a service for focusing on work. So I'm going to pull up that card view now. I hope you guys are having a great day. So let's see. Not going to the BAFTAs. Is that to underscore how unimportant it is for persons of note that are not in the movies to not go there? What is the behind this? Judgment in reverse. There's something about not going, Six of Cups. There's really, I hate to say it, I don't think that they've had a great time at it before. I think it's been more of a burden to have to attend that event. This Judgment in reverse, I think it's a group of people, an association of people that become very tedious and difficult for them to be a part of, because they do have to kind of latch on. I know there was, with Time's Up in the Me Too movement, there was some question about what color Catherine was going to wear. If the Princess of Wales was, I think she was still Duchess of Kensington. Oh, I can't remember what she was before. The Cambridge, Duchess of Cambridge. So there was some concern about what color she was going to wear, if she was going to be in alignment with Time's Up and Me Too, or if she was going to just completely ignore that. And I think she chose a middle ground. I don't think she wore black. That was, I think, the thing a few years ago. But the Judgment, I think it's too hard for them to craft a middle ground at this event. So I think going alternate years or skipping a few years makes a lot of sense. Here, the Six of Cups, they've never really had a great time at it. It's not, I think it's in some respects too frivolous for them to be there. It's a lot of people that are kind of flitting around saying, oh, well, we did this and we did this, and we pretend all day long. I'm not criticizing the vocation of acting. I think it's very important. I think actors are amazing, but you're not really creating anything. You're telling a story. It is entertainment. Let's keep that in mind. If you're a documentarist, I have a different opinion of you. So here they want to attend and work with things that are more impactful, that are more things that they can work with. The BAFTAs, they really can't, because they do have to remain impartial. Even though we do knight lots of actors and entertainers, they have to remain impartial. They cannot jump onto any of the pin wearing or ribbon wearing that happens at these celebrity events. So up top, they will send a message out. This Ace of Cups means that they will extend a good message of, we're sorry, there was a conflict in our schedule. We cannot make it this year, but we congratulate all of the winners and hope you all have a great day. They will, in the future, remain in the shadows on this. So let me see how so. Eight of Pentacles. It interferes with the work, but they give grace to those that are participating, active in it. Totally fine. They're going to be, essentially, they're going to be very polite. They're going to decline this invitation to the BAFTAs as much as possible. I just don't think that they have a lot of fun at it, quite frankly. I think it's, it's not a night to like go out and dress up. Like they do that all the time. So let's take a look at the purpose of style for this. For the BAFTAs, it's an opportunity to showcase different designers. There is a huge focus on what people are wearing. Are they stepping away from that as well? Not doing red carpet events? Yes, we're going to see them less and less frequently. I think, bless you, Gregopedia. I think that we'll see highlighted events. Example, that unbelievable Jenny Packham gold dress that she wore to the James Bond premiere. All of us, like, bury me in that sucker. I think that we will see, what's that?
Ghost clothes?
Ghost clothes. Yes, ghost clothes. We'll talk about ghost clothes another time. So I do think that we're going to see more and more highlighting a single garment at a single event. We may get more pump up about that, but I think for the most part, when she's walking around greeting people, we're not going to see that. So Kensington Palace announcing that they will not routinely share the wardrobe to focus on her work and not fashion. Was this her idea? Was this the Princess of Wales idea? So they've decided that it is not a good conversation starter. Was it Catherine? Was it the staff? So Catherine did say that it overshadowed the work. It got in the way of the work, and even the execution of getting the outfit, putting the outfit together, styling the outfit. It's getting in the way of the work. I think it's taking up far too much time. Again, we have to remember she just came through a treatment for cancer. That is very tedious. There was a lot of stuff that needs to be done. It's very time sensitive. So I think she is regimented enough at this point where time sensitivity makes a lot of sense to her. The staff fully behind her. Yes, we think this is the right direction to go. We have the Chariot card. Let's move forward. Let's focus more on the work. I am expecting them, even though she does have somewhat of a uniform already. We see the coat dresses. We see the very slim dresses that she wears when she is out at a working royal event. I think we're going to continue to see that, but I think we're going to see a lot more repeating outfits. Probably, and I know she does buy things in several colors when she does find a look and a fit that works. The best dressed people do that. I think that they're pushing for a work kind of uniform. They're in disagreement, her staff, about that. They're going to find a good pace. I think it'll take them about a year or two before they find a really good pace on this. But I think there's a discussion about a work uniform. We don't talk about the Princess Royal's wardrobe as often as we talk about, say, the Duchess of Edinburgh or the Princess of Wales. We just don't talk about her wardrobe in the same fashion. So maybe they will take a page out of Princess Anne's wardrobe and see if they can adapt something that will still look beautiful on the Princess of Wales, graceful, beautiful. So I think how is that going to work? Are people still going to know what she's wearing? Like, how is this going to work on the other end of it? This video is going way longer than I wanted to. I think people are still going to want to know what she's wearing. Seven of Cups, I think there's going to be a lot of guesses. I think there's going to be, one of the things that happens is every time Catherine wears something, it sells out almost instantly online. I think that there will be pieces that already have duplicates in other lines. So I don't think she's going to be wearing first runs of anything. I think she will be wearing things like a dark coat that looks very nondescript, but you can buy it at 12 different places at 12 different price points. So I think she's going to do something like that. I also think that there's going to be like off-label stuff that she's going to be wearing. So I know that sounds odd, but I think there's going to be very, very off-label stuff. So, just finding some random coat by someone and changing the buttons. I think the emphasis will be on taking a well-crafted garment, article of clothing, and making it yours. That's a fun thing to do, is to buy a jacket, buy a coat, change the buttons on it, add a belt, makes things a little bit different. So it gives you a lot of creativity in your wardrobe and also a lot of flexibility. King Charles, not Prince Charles, actually has a coat that apparently is like 40 years old, and it's just been mended and cared for. And that's what you get when you buy a quality garment. Yeah, you get that. I have shoes in my closet that are probably 30 years old.
I have underwear at 35 years old.
That's not funny. Do you really?
Yes.
They have to go. Gregory.
No, they're comfortable and they're fine. Elastic still works on them. They're fine. Leave them alone.
Gregory has 35-year-old underwear. Okay. 35. That is the strangest thing you've ever said to me. Guess what you're getting for Valentine's Day?
Getting hinges.
Huh?
Getting hinges.
We're getting hinges, yes. Today, one of our kitchen cabinets, the hinge broke, and the door hit my daughter in the face.
And it was all Trevor's fault.
It was not Trevor's fault. So there it is. So I think that that's going to be a very, very interesting turnout. So there were two leaks of information. We had the photograph that Louis took of his mother, very cute in the forest with her arms out. Conspiracy theorists need not apply here. And also we had an article that released Charlotte's nickname. So William was heard in 2019 calling her a mignonette, which means small, sweet, delicate in French, which is so cute. That's such a cute little name. And Catherine calls her Lottie, short for Charlotte. So I think that that's adorable. What is going on with this PR? Are they trying to bring more attention to these children in a measured response to introduce them to the world, to really, I shouldn't say introduce, to introduce them periodically to the world. So as they get to another stage periodically, we had Louis at the coronation who was acting up. We all saw him acting up. Trust me, if I had my toddler there, my son, it would not have been, he would have gone bananas. He would not have sat that long. So I was impressed that he sat as long as he did. So what is this with the press releases that we are getting? Because we did get one inadvertently from Meghan Markle and Harry as well. We'll talk about that in the Architectural Digest spread. So are we getting these little bits of information about the Wales children as little mini PRs, just a string of pearls, just keep us interested a little bit? What about the Louis photo? Is that, information getting out there? Wicked information getting out there. King of Swords, Prince of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is directing the traffic on his PR. So we did see him as an unruly toddler, and they kind of say, oh, he's got, that little glint in his eye. He's a little bit of a maniac. Not in a bad way, in a good way. So this is, yes, he is maturing. Look at this. He has this great view. He is analytical in how he set up the shot, and he did a really good job. And it's showing that his mother is proud of him and fostering that wonderful little bit of creativity in him, even though it is more scientific. Photography, I find, is a much more scientific art, if that makes sense. It's mathematical. Thank you, Greg. I am that's why I stink at photography.
It's rule of thirds.
I stink at math.
It's rule of thirds. That's the easiest thing to do with photography.
I know. I still can't do it. I mean, I have the rule of thirds going on back here. 1, 2, 3. I got it in my blocking, but it only took me 3 years. So I do think that is a very interesting perspective. So what about the release of this article with the 2 nicknames for Charlotte? What is the point of that? Empress in reverse, 6 of Wands in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. So they are trying to soften her here. I think using diminutives, which I love the Russian diminutives that they use. When they use sweetness on the ends of, they shorten names, they make it very sweet. And I myself have had very many nicknames, from Anna to Bella to Belle to Nana. My sister called me Nana for the longest time. You wind up with, when you have a little bit of a longer name, you wind up with all of these shortenings of your names. And because my grandfather called me Annabelle, I always thought my name was Annabelle. I was shocked when I saw my birth certificate and I was Anna. I thought everyone else was shortening it, and he was the one who was giving my given name. So tra-la-la. So nonetheless, I mean, people call me various things. Wikipedia rarely says my name. Oddly enough.
It's weird when I do.
It's weird when he does. It's like kind of shocking. I wonder what kind of narcissistic trait that is.
I don't know.
I think you're objectifying me.
No.
Wife.
No,
Woman.
I don't call you by that.
No, you don't call. He doesn't call me anything. Even the dog has a name. I have no name. So anyway, this video is going too long. So I think they are trying to soften her. I do think that this darling Princess Charlotte is going to follow in the footsteps and the tutelage of the Princess Royale. So I think Anne, even though Anne was super, super charming in the 60s and 70s, I mean, she had some trials and tribulations with relationships and those kinds of things. But I do think that there is a little bit of a hardness to her, pragmatism that they are trying to avoid with Charlotte. But at the same time, they don't want her to be too sweet and soft and malleable. They want her to be seen as a strong, feminine woman, much like her mother, much like her Aunt Pippa. So I do think that that's what they want. More of a brand of the Duchess of Edinburgh. I think Sophie kind of fits that brand. Also, Zara Phillips. I think Zara Phillips is kind of a balance between the two. So I think that is the whole go with this, the PR that's coming out on the kids. So trying again to give them more substance, trying to give more dimension to them. So let's talk about the Vanity Fair article, dueling Vanity Fair articles. We had the American Hustle article, but now we also have, which competes with it, is the article about T. Hafan, the children's hospice, which the late Princess of Wales was involved in, but did not see come to fruition. So Vanity Fair, putting that article out there, are they promoting Catherine's style versus Catherine's substance versus Meghan's style? The Fool. They want to give Catherine a fresh start and counter some of the negative things that they have said in the past. They now know that their bread is buttered with royal jelly. Their bread is buttered with true royals here. The Queen of Pentacles, over here, the Knight of Swords. They are going to slice in both directions. They are going to cut down and rise up. So they are seeing her as more glorious, more active. They're going to give her some grace here. And I think that we should not expect them to be sycophantic in the reporting on her. I don't think we're going to see that. I do think we're going to see a bit more promotion of her substance. So that is all I have to say about that. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this is countered by the Sussex crew. So we will be back in just a little bit. You can see part 2 of this. I hope you enjoy. I am trying to stay on top of all the Invictus stuff, but it's coming in fast and furious, guys. So I'll see you in a little bit.